What's up, y'all? It's practice time. Oh, yeah. We're gonna practice. Because it's practice time. Wow, it just made me forget everything I was doing. That's crazy. Okay, I'll just do E flat again. Wow. Okay. Let's go circle fourths for the minors. So A minor, and then D minor, and then G minor. I just had to play that, man. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Now D minor. feel like I'm doing something wrong. Wait, I stopped thinking for a second. I was going circle of fourths. Started on A. Went to D. Ow. My stomach is stinging. Ow. A, D. Then D to G. F. That's what I'm doing next. I knew something sounded off. Wait. Okay. I'm tripping today. I don't know where my head's at. Such a nice chord right here. Boy, I'm kind of tired. Was that A flat? Then this one. really throws me off. I should do this more. I think I'm done. Okay. It's sight reading time. Sort of sight reading, more like just review. Okay, how long have I been playing? 30 minutes for scales. Bro. Okay. think I might just keep reviewing that until my timer gets to 45 minutes. I think that's a good idea. There is two more. There's the rest of this line and some more measures, but I think I'm going to learn that next week. I really want to get this first part down. Dude, I don't know what it is. I just love how hymns sound. They sound so cool. Yo, there's a person. Hey, yo, what's up, Glory? What's up, bro? What's your favorite song to play on piano? Oh, that's a good question. Wow, that's a really good question. I don't think I have a favorite song, mostly because I don't really know a whole lot of songs. I guess my favorite thing to play on the piano is probably it's like a jazz exercise my music teacher taught me. But I didn't really learn a lot of songs necessarily. I just kind of know a lot of chords and fun stuff that way. So I guess that's my favorite song. Not really a song, but it's just like my favorite thing to do on the piano is just find some cool chords and just kind of improvise and have fun that way. That's beautiful. How can I learn to play like you? Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. How can you learn to play like me? I'd say the number one thing that helped me train being able to do that is developing my ear first. And what I mean by that is listening to a lot of music, a lot of my favorite music, and active listening. So what I mean by active listening is you listen through a song once, and then you listen to it again and think to yourself, I'm going to listen to the bass, and like focus on that. And by doing that, your brain actually picks up more from what you're focusing on. And then you listen to the song again and be like, I'll focus on the piano this time. And you listen to it again, and then you could be like, I'm going to focus on, you know, what are these chords that the piano player is playing in this song, right? So stuff like that is how you can develop your ear. But that specifically would not necessarily teach you how to play like how I just played. The other thing would be, for me, a huge inspiration is Jacob Collier. So if you want to learn more about kind of my playing style, I'd go watch some interviews that Jacob Collier has done, because a lot of the specifics of my style are kind of based in stuff that he came up with. Like, he talks about this thing he calls it like a super hyper mega Lydian scale or something like that. But it's basically just stacking thirds. So you take a normal chord, and this is called a triad. A normal triad is based off of a major third and a minor third kind of stuck together. But what he was saying is, if you just keep stacking major and minor thirds, so major third, minor third, major third, minor third. You can kind of just keep going. And the way I developed, I guess you could call it my sound, I've kind of not thought of it that way much before. But the way you can get that kind of sound is just, you sit at the piano and my music teacher would call it noodling. But literally just kind of sit on a chord and kind of think about, like, well, where can this go? And think about how to develop a musical idea. And honestly, just kind of have fun with it. Find something you're passionate about, because if you find something on piano you're passionate about, the energy it takes for you to put more time into learning that thing is far less than it would be if you picked something you weren't passionate about, right? So if you're passionate about something, then you could spend probably hours and hours doing it and not even notice the time going by. That's what I mean by passionate about something. So that, and just kind of sitting at the piano. I guess the main way I learned is sitting at the piano and just kind of noodling, improvising ideas. And I don't know if I did it every day, but the fastest way to get better at improvising is you improvise every day. So just literally sit at the piano and try to come up with something that makes sense, right? But I think that's about it. I probably could ramble on more for a while, but I think that's the gist of it. And there's other things too, like I've practiced a lot of scales. That's helpful too. And I shouldn't forget this too. This is another foundational thing of like developing your ear. So learning 1-4-5, that's what that chord progression is called. 1-4-5 and all the keys is something that's really helpful for developing your ear, because that's like foundational to a lot of music, and it kind of teaches you what this is. So tension, it teaches you how to use tension and then how to resolve tension. So tension, resolve. So learning 1-4-5 chord progressions. Yeah, gonna study 1-4-5. Yeah, That's a good idea. Oh, I missed your other messages. Thank you. That's really good advice. Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking, and you're welcome. I always like rambling about this stuff, so that's cool. So just trial and error and not giving up. Also, are learning scales important? Oh, I think I already answered that. Yeah, I think learning scales is important. It just, music is, I mean, with any skill, you kind of have to arbitrarily commit to something, and you might as well commit to like something like scales, even though they might be boring. I personally kind of enjoy playing scales. I know it might sound funny, but I actually kind of like it in a weird way. Um, so if you can get yourself to like scales, that would be very helpful. But even if not, I think they're generally very helpful because it teaches your fingers fundamental technique of what like tucking the thumb is. So if you can kind of see my hand, this is just a C scale. So if I play the first three notes, the tucking the thumb technique is you tuck your thumb under and then you play the F. So, right? And that fundamental technique is super important because even if you don't want to learn all the scales, learning that technique and having it feel natural in your hands allows you to be able to play melodies and not get tripped up over your own hands. Because it's super important not to learn bad technique where you're like crossing over your fingers. Like basically you almost never want to cross over your fingers like this on the piano. You're generally only ever crossing your thumb over. So, yeah. You would make a great teacher, man. Love your charisma and knowledge. Aw, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've kind of, I don't know. It's for me, teaching is like I love teaching people and helping people to get better at what they're doing, but it's always been a question of like what venue would that be in and like how do I get into it, because I really don't want to go through the whole rigmarole of going to college, getting a certificate or degree in teaching, because I'd rather just become experienced at whatever skill I want to teach and then teach it, because my experience is my credentials. I don't really like the official get your credentials, right? So that's kind of why I'm always been like, I would like teaching as like a career or something, but doing it through the official system just does not appeal to me at all. I'd rather be the kind of teacher that has actually done the legwork, has actually done what I'm saying to do, rather than somebody who theorizes about it. Facts, teaching your passion. Yeah, exactly. So finding something I'm passionate about, and then hopefully actually having a career in that first, and then once I've gone through that, maybe 10 or 15 years, then I feel like at that point I have the experience in that field to actually warrant being able to teach people. But the issue with like teaching at a school or something like that is they typically like seeing credentials, which I find really annoying, because it's like they're missing out on so many people who don't have credentials but would be really good at teaching because of their experience. So my hope is that I'm just going to go get the experience, maybe make a career out of music or something, and then just hope that the school systems have changed enough that they allow people to teach who have enough experience but maybe not the credentials. Or maybe I'll find like a kind of a niche teaching venue that doesn't need credentials, because I'm a very practical kind of person. I like doing things actually for a purpose, not because of like you arbitrarily need a piece of paper, like a degree or something that says you did a thing, but rather because it's like a question of, can you actually teach the thing? Great. Cool. There's your job, right? So I'd rather find a niche setting that I can do that. Maybe it ends up being YouTube. I don't know, but we'll see where that goes. Yeah, nowadays social media is the lottery ticket. Do you post shorts on Insta or TikTok? No, I don't. Not right now, at least. Um, I might at some point, just to kind of like get more eyes on what I'm doing. But I really like YouTube. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Instagram or TikTok spaces, but um, if I wanted to reach more people, that's kind of how you do it. So I think I might use those platforms eventually as like a way to get people to know about what I'm making, and then they can, to get like the real uh, bread and butter of what I'm doing, they go to YouTube. So it's like a funnel to YouTube. But I think it would be cool to do like your progression. I get your YouTube is great. Like my progression on piano and stuff, or like, because like if so, yeah, I think that would be cool. But that's kind of the point of what this, what's it called? This YouTube channel is for. Yeah, piano. Yeah, that's kind of the point of what this YouTube channel is for, especially the live streams, because the live streams are meant to record my practices, so then like if people wanted to, they could look back and see what I did every day to get to wherever I'm gonna get to years from now. But I don't think Instagram or TikTok has live streaming features to save several hour long live streams. So it's, I guess, in so many words, it's just not the right platform for what I want to do, I guess. Oh, you record it? I didn't know you can do that. Yeah, so basically, if you go to my channel homepage and then you go to the little live section, you can see all the older live streams. So it's even if I'm only the ever person. That was a weird sentence. Even if I'm the only person who ever looks at that, that's what I meant to say. Even if I'm the only person who ever looks through the live streams, it at least would be motivation for me to keep going, because I would see how much I've already done. And even right now, I think I've already done like 50 live streams or something. Even though they were all pretty spread out, still looking at them is like, oh, that's kind of encouraging. So I hope to see you blow up. You're the chillest streamer ever. Thank you, dude. Why are people so nice? You're very nice. Thank you. I appreciate you. I have a main channel too. It's on it's on this channel's homepage, and I'm hoping to upload more videos there. And I was also thinking of live streaming there too, because these live streams are not really meant for talking a lot, but it's because of these live streams that I realized, oh, I actually really like talking and like streaming and stuff, just talking about music and interacting with people. It's really fun. So then I'm thinking, okay, I might start streaming on my main channel and do that as like talking and making music, I don't know, making cool songs or something while talking, and then leave these streams for practicing. So I was thinking of starting that next week on the main channel. So if you want to see me live more, where I'll be talking and stuff, it'll be over there. Today I was almost done. I think I had about 5 more minutes left on practicing for my goal for today. But I'll make a community post on the main channel, just talking about what the stream plan is over there. Because I think I'm gonna start streaming there on Monday, but we'll see. I'll make a little post talking about it. But, well, that's smart, bro. Oh, thank you. So, yeah. I really appreciate all the people who watch these, because it's like, again, if people never watched this stream, I would have never realized that I actually really enjoy the streamer thing of talking and what do they call it? Just chatting. I mean, hey, I think it's fun. Even if it's not what I end up making a living from, I'm probably gonna do it just for fun, right? And that's typically where in my opinion, that's like the best place to start, even if it's only a little bit, because if it doesn't succeed, whatever, I'm still having fun. But if it does succeed, cool, I'm having fun and succeeding. So then it's like, it's a win-win either way. So, yeah, as long as you enjoy it and have fun. Yeah, basically. And then at that point, it's like, I'm not expecting it to go anywhere. And so there's no like pressure like that. So outside of the streams, I live my life as whatever I was doing, whatever I was working towards, and then just keep streaming just for fun. And if it does something, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool too. So consistency is inevitable win. See, that's kind of what I'm saying too. I think that too. It's like the reason that it makes it so difficult though is you never know when the win might happen. I believe that if you're consistent and you never give up, a win will eventually happen. It's just a question of when. Not really if, but when. And that kind of unknown, I think, is why a lot of people give up. Because for some people, it could be 1 year when you find, like, success. But for other people, it could be 15 years, right? Like, there's been a couple YouTubers that I've watched before who are actually relatively big now, that it took them like a solid 10 years before they actually blew up. 10 years of just consistently churning out videos, right? But yeah, you're right. It's like if you just keep going, eventually you'll get somewhere with it. It's just a matter of when. So, and there's no guarantee either. Oh, there's a phrase I heard one time of like, if you do try and you never give up, there's no guarantee that you'll win or that it'll work out. But if you don't try at all, there is a guarantee that you will fail if you don't try at all, right? So you might as well do the option that at least gives you a chance rather than the option that makes it for sure that you're not going to succeed, which is not trying at all, right? That's a good quote, Fire. Yeah, not my quote. I don't remember where I heard it from, but as long as you make content on something you do, regardless of social media, you can't lose. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So, all right. Well, it was really cool chatting with you, Lori. I've got a couple more minutes that I wanted to practice. So, it'd be cool to see you over on the main channel, though, when I start streaming there next week. So, it'd not be tomorrow, but the day after that, Monday. But I'm gonna get back to the hymns sight reading. No problem, bro. Jam out. Thanks, bro. I'll be there. I appreciate it. I really do. You reminded me I gotta make that community post, so thank you. Yeah, I'll probably do that right after I end stream today, just so I don't forget it again. So that's what I'll do. All right. Back to the grind. Let me try the metronome. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I almost had it that time. That's the first time I used a metronome and like went it all the way through. That's progress. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let me not use the pedal. 1, 2, 3. That one up. This motivated me to practice after the live. Yo, let's go. Motivation to practice. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. That's good to hear. 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, is to encourage people. You got this. Practice. You got this. Find what you're passionate about. Ooh. Don't give up. Ooh. Alright. W piano. The W stream. Thank you. Alright. 1, 2, 3. No. Wait. 3. 2, 3. I guess I have to go slower because I keep messing that up. 1, 2, 3. 2. Oh, this feels too slow. If you can play it slow, you can play it fast, right? 2, 3. I got so lost right there. Bro. I was here. 2, 3. 2. Dude, playing this slow is really testing my patience and my ability to remember what I'm doing in the moment and not just immediately forget because I'm holding the notes too long. Alright. Probably means I'm learning more playing it slower because it's so difficult. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Went a little avant-garde there for a second. I don't know what that was. Okay. Couple more times through, and then I'm gonna end stream for anybody watching. Go a little. No, I'm gonna stay slow because it's difficult. Difficult things are good. 2, 3. Okay, I now know why I'm messing up there. It's because I look down at my hands for a second, and then I lose my spot. So I have to not look at my hands. But that's difficult. Okay, again. 2, 3. Don't look at my hands. I did it. Yes. 2, 3. Kind of it. Okay. Couple more times. Just a quick stretch. You're doing really good. I mess up like crazy. Oh, thank you. But you got this too. Alright. You got this. My boy gonna pull this song out his inventory on Christmas. It's cool. Like, you're gonna play a song on Christmas, or like, I think I might be a little confused. I'm gonna pull this. Pull it out of your inventory on Christmas. Or like, do you want to hear a Christmas song? Oh, sorry, I thought this was a Christmas song. Oh, you're good. That was my bad. Uh, no, it's just like a traditional hymn from like a hymnal. I like the chord structure of hymns, so I'm trying to learn them. And also, I might be able to play them for my church too, but yeah. But I guess it kind of sounds like a Christmas song. I could play a couple Christmas songs if you want. Uh, it feels out of the season, but let me see. I did just make a video like 3 weeks ago where I played some Christmas songs. Now I have to remember how to play them. Let's see. This one was actually with these chords. What do you do? Go away. Okay. Ta-da! Anyways, that was a Christmas song. Uh, Dang, this was an actual actual banger. Thank you. Do you know any worship music? Um, Not specifically, but I do play piano for my church, so we'll do like, I mean, we just have like chord charts. I don't remember where I put my music. Uh, we just do like chord charts or lead sheets, I guess they're called, where the chords are like plotted out. And I just I just play the chords. I don't need to do anything super fancy for that, so I honestly don't remember any of them. I know it sounds horrible, but I don't remember any of them because to me it's just playing chords and stuff. Do I really not remember any of them? To be honest, I don't like a lot of CCM, like most of CCM. So like I can't be bothered to go listen to like the official releases of most of the songs that we do at church. Because like I really don't like a lot of CCM. It grinds my gears. I have a lot of reasons why. One of them being a lot of them just pick like the same four chords, and I'm like, man, it's just a little bit boring. Other reason being like, I don't know, I guess preference. Like it's okay to like CCM, but for me, it's just not my thing. And then I think final reason, a lot of the lyrics in CCM is they're just sort of shallow. That's the other reason I like hymns is that they're theologically speaking, they're very deep and intellectual, and it teaches you a lot just in the words. So those are kind of the reasons I don't like a lot of CCM. Um, so I kind of have to force myself to listen to CCM, or I guess I should clarify, contemporary Christian music is what that stands for. But eventually I would like to play for church. Yeah, that'd be cool. Um, Kind of depends on like what type of church music that your church has. Because like what I was talking about, if it's CCM, contemporary Christian music, and I like contemporary Christian music of like the 80s. I think that stuff sounds cool. And I also like groups like Casting Crowns. I like what they do. So I don't hate all CCM. And I wouldn't say hate either. Well, maybe some songs I might hate. But if your church plays CCM, which is totally okay, by the way, uh, then a lot of the stuff you'd need to know on piano would be like your. I think I told you, it's like your 145 stuff will be like killer for that genre because like it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere, and like, oh, I think my other gripe with a lot of CCM is it's like the same 4 or 5 keys, and it's like, just have a song in E flat or something. So it's that part's a little frustrating. Yeah, it's really overplayed. Yeah, I think that's the other reason I don't like a lot of CCM. It's just like it's just so overplayed. It's like I want to hear something different. But if your church does gospel music, which by the way I love gospel music, I think gospel music is fantastic. Um, then to be honest, I actually don't know a lot of piano for that. It's been something I've always wanted to learn. I've always wanted to learn gospel music, but it's heavily tied to jazz. So I'm sure if you look up on YouTube like how to play gospel piano, um, they'll probably mention jazz and like 251s. So 251s are these. Um, you probably hear that chord progression a lot in the gospel, I would guess. Um, I could be totally talking out my butt right now, but um, I would say gospel music's probably more complicated than CCM, so it might take a bit longer, but it's still definitely doable. I check out some tutorials on YouTube and or courses. I bet there's tons of stuff on YouTube for how to do it. Uh, oh, I missed something. Gonna check out hymns. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out hymns. Um, Especially because what makes playing hymns so difficult is you've got almost a different chord for almost every note. Um, where even if you're playing the same chord, it might be a different voicing because typically it's plotted out in what's called SATB, which is soprano, alto, tenor, bass. So it'd be like for a choir. Um, and on the piano, you'd be playing every part. And because there might be a new note for each singer per melody note, then you're like changing chords each time, and that's what kind of makes hymns difficult. But what it does mean is that because you're changing notes so often, I really like the sound of it because um, it's like there's more. It's almost like you're physically hearing more music than it would be like if I just. Like that works. That's fine. And that's kind of what a lot of CCM does. But it's like, wouldn't it be cooler if you did like different chords each time, right? And that's kind of what hymns do. So it's just kind of like different levels of what stuff works. Because it's like, just playing a chord like this, I mean, it works. It doesn't sound bad, but there's so much more that you could do, which I think is cool. So, let me see. Do I practice more? Or do I not practice? Yeah, I would eventually like to be really technical. Yeah, it's a long journey, but you can get there. I believe anybody can get there. Because, I mean, like what you were talking about earlier, uh, consistency is an inevitable win. So if you just practice consistently, definitely look up some tutorials on it. You'll get there. I think um, I will eventually make a video about talent because I've thought about it way too much to not make a video about it, to be honest. But talent is so misunderstood. It's such a misnomer that so many people think that because they're quote not talented or something that they can't learn something. But that's so not true. And then people who are talented traditionally, again, whatever that means, um, often end up hitting a roadblock where their talent kind of runs out and stuff is actually hard to learn now. And then they give up because they just think, well, I guess this is just too hard for me. I just can't learn it anymore. Because they never developed the discipline of like consistency and stuff like that. And so it's like both cases of that happen to both kinds of people. It's really sad because both people end up giving up. When in reality, talented or not talented, the main thing is just don't give up, right? Because if you just don't give up and you keep showing up every day, you'll eventually get there, right? And talent itself is so misunderstood because I actually believe you can learn talent, but it's not something people typically think about. So the way I see talent is, so I'm also not saying talent is not real. I do believe talent is real, but it's heavily misunderstood. So the way I would define talent is it's like a natural or in general intuition towards a skill that makes it easier for you to learn that skill. That's generally what talent is. But what's so misunderstood about that is people think you're just born with it, but I don't believe that at all. I do believe there is some kind of talent that is biological, like perfect pitch, for example, is somewhat biological. But even that, I say somewhat because if a child is born with the ability to develop perfect pitch, if they don't get musical training before they're like the age of 5, then there's a good chance that they end up not developing perfect pitch. And so that's what's mostly misunderstood about talent is that even if you're slightly born with it, you still have to develop it. And so the way I see talent is it's sort of like opening the door, but you still got to walk through. And the walking through is thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of input or practicing and things like that. And that's why talent is so misunderstood, is like people just think it just happens, but it doesn't ever just happen. And then the people who seem like they were talented out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, I can almost guarantee you that if you look into their childhood or if you look into just what they do for fun, probably something in that is related to the thing that they're talented in. Because, so like art, for example, if you have like drawing, think about any of your favorite, if you watch them, I don't know if you watch these kind of YouTubers, but you think about Storytime animators or like just animators in general, or like people who draw a lot and like make YouTube videos. If you look at their stuff and they're like, wow, they're so talented at art, and it's like, okay, yes, they might be talented, but what were they probably doing like their whole childhood? They were probably doodling and like making little drawings just for fun, right? Remember I talked about like just doing stuff just for fun? So that's why I also say passion is talent, like almost literally. Because if you find something you're passionate about, you then have opened that door to being able to practice that thing without even thinking about it. Whereas other people have to think about it when they're practicing that thing. So that's why I'd say like passion is talent almost directly. And that also kind of means you can lose talent, which is kind of um, I've been taking gap years after high school. I'm now in my second gap year. In my first gap year, that was kind of how I felt like is I had lost a lot of the passion for music. And so when I would try to play music, it felt so difficult. It felt like such a drudgery. I was just like, wow, this stuff used to be easy, but now it's like super difficult. And the reason for that was I had lost a lot of the passion for it. And so that meant that just simply trying to do music at all felt really difficult mentally because I had to spend more energy to actually do it. And that was really scary for me because I was just like, wait, this thing where I got so much joy out of this, that is it gone? And I had to like work up to getting that passion back, right? But what that means is like if you have a passion for something but then you do nothing with it, that passion will go away eventually. And so I kind of think about, I guess I should summarize. I'm kind of rambling now. Let me read it. Oh, here, that's true. Preaching. Yo. Thank you. So just to kind of summarize, talent kind of means nothing if you don't do anything with it. And even if you're not talented, whatever talent is, the main thing, the main reason why you get good at something is just by doing it a bunch, right? Talent or not, just do it a bunch. And ultimately, what will kind of happen is somebody who's talented might have a head start or might not, whatever. You'll kind of both, if you both put the same amount of hours in, you'll both relatively end up at a similar skill level. I think, at least. That's kind of my theory. But this was the other thing I wasn't saying about talent is that because talent is that general intuition, right? So how do you develop intuition? Well, it'd be through your environment, what you're exposed to, right? So I actually believe you can learn talent by simply exposing yourself to thousands and thousands of hours of just input. So just like your ears. So like with music, just simply listen to thousands of hours of quality music. And just simply by listening and actively thinking about what you're listening to, then those thousands of hours of input become a foundation that means when you approach learning an instrument after having those thousands of hours of input, you now have an intuition about kind of like a top-down perspective. Like your brain in your subconscious already knows what stuff is supposed to sound like, and then now all you need to do is like make your hands figure out what to do, right? So it kind of means you can teach yourself once you reach that. But what's difficult about that is putting in thousands of hours into just input before even starting learning whatever skill you're trying to learn first. And so I think that's probably why most people don't do that, is because I do literally mean thousands of hours, because that's just how our brains work. Our brains are pattern recognition machines. So if you give your brain enough input of thousands of hours, your brain will inevitably have an intuition for that thing, whatever it is, whatever skill it is you're trying to learn. And that then means with that intuition, because the intuition is like the talent, right? That then means you're basically talented, right? So that's just my theory, at least, which kind of means you could theoretically develop talent at any age. So, wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I guess thank you. I don't know if like anybody else has theorized this before me. I'm assuming people have thought about this. I don't want to say like I'm the first one or whatever, but it's mostly, again, back to the hours, mostly because of my first gap year. I was thinking about all these concepts, probably actually within the thousands of hours, because when you get out of high school and you don't immediately go into school, so no school, and the job market's really bad. That's not really why I didn't get a job, but and then I didn't get a job. So what do you do when you don't have school and you don't have a job and you're not really as passionate about your hobbies anymore? So I kind of just sat and did a whole lot of nothing, which means I had a whole lot of time to think. A lot of time, too much time to think. Like way too much time to think. But I've actually written thousands of words, probably at least 50,000 words over the last year and a half about all these concepts just working out in my head, because I was so fixated on this point of why do I feel like I've lost what I used to have, which was that passion for music. And so now I've gotten to a point where like now I have some pretty solid ideas around talent and what makes somebody talented, what is talent. But the only reason I got to that place is, again, because of how our brains work and the fact that I probably spent thousands of hours thinking about it. So it's like, it's not rocket science. You spend thousands of hours doing something, then your brain will figure it out, right? Yeah. And I think part of what kind of proves my theory is that that's how children learn languages. So, like when you were an infant, how you learned your native language wasn't through, like, studying grammar, right? You just heard your parents talking, and after thousands of hours of hearing your parents talking or other people, eventually you picked up how to speak yourself, right? And then once you're like 5 years old or something and you can already put sentences together, then you start going to school. But it's like you were already talking before you went to school. So it's like you learned how to talk somewhere, right? And it's from that input. And so that theory around language learning, because I'm also learning Japanese, and that's exactly how I'm approaching learning Japanese too, is I'm timing how long I spend listening to Japanese every day. And then when I reach around 10,000 hours of listening to Japanese, I would expect myself to be relatively fluent in Japanese. It's kind of some people might see it like a big gamble, is like, what, you're going to put thousands of hours into something without necessarily knowing if it's going to work. But I've already kind of seen it work with me for music, and other people have talked about that working with languages. And I also know that that's how I learned English, my native language, when I was young. So it's like I have all these different things that point towards this learning style actually works. So that's why I feel confident going through with it, even though it's still technically an unknown. But yeah, that's my TED Talk. Isn't that like the spy movie chord? Put me in, coach. I'm gonna practice now. Yeah. Speaking of which, I think I might be ending stream now. So Glory, you go practice. You got this. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But yeah, I think I'm about done now. I have to get up at 6 tomorrow, and it's 9:24 p.m. for me. So I need to hit the sack. Go sleepy. All right, man. That's for all your words. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. I hope to see you around. Thanks for talking with me. And you're helping me by keeping me motivated to do this by giving me somebody to talk to. So, thank you. See you around. I'll put it in the chat in case anybody else is watching. Oh, I cannot spell. Hang in. There we go. Thanks for hanging out. Boom. Oh, you deserve it. Good night. Oh, thank you. Good night to you too. I don't know if it's night for you, but alright. See you guys. Bye-bye.